Hello again, metalheads. I've been at my nice bit of pasture, but that's no go this week. Sheep's everywhere. So I brought myself back down to the field where I found that sea monster. This field here that the club dig came and done. So let's carry on here and see what they've missed. I bet there's something good here. I bet there is. Boom! Somebody's been loosing lead off in this field. The size of that musket ball. Thumping great big thing. We have a fancy bit of something or other here. Barney's milling around. Grazing. Yeah, don't quite know what it is. Let's try a bit of zoom. Nothing too elaborate, I don't think. There's a nut on the bottom of it. One of those that I don't think I'll ever know. I'm really unsure about this first find. It's quite possibly a button. Very heavy, solid, not hollow. Don't know whether I'm barking up the wrong tree or whether that's a very early button. No, that's too heavy. You wouldn't want a shirt full of them or a jacket full of them. Perhaps it's just a piece of rubbish, but at least it's a signal off this already detected field. Now then, there's a more interesting piece. It's obviously broken, but let's try and get my light right on this without throwing shadows. Some kind of flower design piece. Really thick and chunky. There again, I honestly don't know what it was, but it's something that those antiquity wankers left behind. You know what I think about that lot? I think they couldn't dig the shite out of the back of a fucking cuckoo clock. I've dug my plug on this 77 signal here, but didn't really need to. It's sunbathing, look. Now, have we got a coin? Or have we got a button? I think we've got a coin there, metalheads. Right, I'll get the Suffolk squirter out, give that a clean up, see if there's any detail on it. I'll tell you, them club diggers were fucking useless. There's signals everywhere for me. Ha ha! Losers! Well, that is most definitely a coin, but there just isn't any detail showing through on either side. Complete wankety blank. But if there's Georgian halfpennies sitting on the surface, there's hope. There's hope for more in this field. Let's carry on. Clutching at straws on this one. Don't really know what it could be. It's got a couple of holes in it. It's obviously bent over here and then comes into a curl. I'm wondering if that's a top plate that would hold a flint for a flintlock pistol. I'm probably a country mile out on that one, but it was a part of something once upon a time. I've not had one of these for a fair old while. Little thimble, tiny weeny one. Still finding stuff. In fact, I've had quieter fields that have never been detected than this one that's had the club on it. Oh yes, we're on to a winner here. Spectacle buckle. Late to post-medieval. Sort of 1500s. Not the biggest in the world. There's my finger by the side of it for some kind of size reference. But a welcome find. That's staying in the Kingdom of Mercia instead of going off with them wankers. Back-to-back buckles here. Unfortunately, this one's broken. I reckon that's going 1600s again. Tudor, possibly pushing into the Stuarts. They didn't half miss some stuff. I'll tell you who didn't miss anything at all. That's this clown here. He's on the sticks without fail. Good boy. Here we go again. It's all about the buckles, this hunt. That's a particularly nice one. I reckon the same sort of age. Late to post-medieval. How come so many of these have been missed? Not that I'm complaining. I'll hoover these up all day long. We're on to another find. Thumping great big crotal. But unfortunately it's fucked up. Only about half of it surviving. But quite a big bonger of a signal to be left behind by a club. Weekend warriors, weren't they? They ain't got a clue how to use their machines. Wankers. Oh yes indeed, that's cool. Barney and myself, we're walking our way back to the car. Perhaps the biggest belting signal of the lot. I think that's a military button, 16th Regiment, and in the right light I can see around the bottom here Warwick. So Warwickshire Regiment. When them wankers came, the one good find I did have that day was a little collar tab, a bare and ragged staff, Warwickshire Regiment, and I'm pretty sure that dated back to Boer War. So there's definitely bits of militaria on this field. Oh yes, like that a lot. Once again, metalheads, here we are, back with the finds board. And it's nearly overflowing this time. From the top as always. There's all our standard issue buttons. Couple of musket and pistol shot. I'm wondering if this is some kind of belt attachment that you'd have hung something on. Thimble, broken crotal bell, a shard of a crotal bell. I'm not sure what that is, whether that's something to do with a seal matrix maybe. That lid looking thing looks as if it's got a couple of prongs inside it, as if that was some kind of mount. Thimble. That really cool floral designed piece. Couple of crusty Georgian coins, and down to the best bits and pieces, some really quite ornate, reasonably old buckles there. And down to what I think is my favourite piece, that military button. I have looked online and that's showing up as the 16th Militia of the Warwick Regiment, dating from 1793 to 1803. You can still see some of the original silvering on that. Nothing super spectacular there, but for a field that's had perhaps 30 club diggers for 8 hours on it, they've missed some fair old bits and pieces. So I'm carrying on. I'm convinced they've left silver behind in that field, and I'm damn well gonna find it.